one of the first things that I like to look at is whether a person's transverse abdominal is working normally. What I usually find is people are strong in the rectus abdominis and they are very weak in the muscles that actually look after the spine. For a long time people have thought if I've got a six-pack I'm strong and stable. It's simply not true. What we're going to look at are the muscles that decompress the spine. Anytime you bend or extend, you turn or you step, your spine is under some sort of load. And there is a very strong system that the body already has available to it to look after the spine. Basically what we're talking about is the muscle in behind the belly button. Okay, so if you're doing an exercise and you are not drawing your stomach towards the spine while you're under load, you will be stressing your spine. What I've found for a lot of people is when they go into a movement, they immediately become rectus abdominis dominant. So they get a lot of tone. You know, they'll be running down the beach and their six-pack will be on, and every step they take, they are ruining their spine. So what I ask a lot of people to do is to show me how they activate their abdominal wall. And what I find for a lot of people is the first thing they do is they pull their ribs towards their hips. And what that is saying to me is they are rectus abdominis dominant. And what I like to see is transverse abdominal dominant. So we're going to go down to the floor first of all and have a look at what normal function is. So Dave, if I could get you to come down onto your hands and knees. This is one of the first things that I did with Dave when I first met him. And I had a look at how he contracted his abdominal wall. So I placed one hand on his belly button and one hand on his lower back, and I asked Dave to relax his stomach. Now for a lot of people, they can't even relax their stomach wall. So I'm going to ask Dave to take a big breath in, and as he breathes in, he's going to make his stomach as big as he can. And then as Dave breathes out, he's going to draw his stomach towards his spine. And what I'm looking for, is there any change in the angle of the spine, and does his stomach come up? So for people that don't have normal function, what I'll find is they will arch in the back in some way, or up high in the rectus abdominis will become excessively toned. And that's saying to me that the muscles that look after the spine are not working properly. Then I'm going to ask Dave to turn over onto his back. And we're going to have a very quick look at what should happen in the abdominal wall. So if I place one finger on Dave's belly button and I ask Dave to take a breath in and blow his stomach up like a balloon, and then when I ask him to breathe out, he draws his belly button towards the floor. And you'll notice that it falls. This is normal function. So if you can't do that, you are probably slowly but surely ruining your spine while you're exercising. Okay? A simple idea to look at when you first get started. Basically what this muscle does is it connects down from L1 to L5 in the lower back. And as you draw the stomach down towards the spine, it creates a decompressive force, pulling the vertebrae off each other. So if you've got 100 kilos or pounds, as you may look at it, on the shoulders, and you're going into a squat, and you have an excessive amount of tone in rectus abdominis and no tone in transverse abdominals, your vertebrae are compressing. Okay? That is going to ruin your back. Add to that some sort of rotation, i.e. picking up your bag off the conveyor belt at the airport, 20 kilos. For every 10 degrees of flexion and rotation, you have a 100% increase in the load in the spine. So by the time you actually put your hand on the bag, your upper torso weighs 400 kilos by the time you're holding that bag. So this is where these things become very important, not just in the gym, but in your daily life, that you are not slowly but surely degenerating the spine. Okay, and come up, Dave.
Cut.